being interested, Marie, you've been through this process once before, so you know kind of how it acts.
Okay.
Lance will ask the first question, we'll just rotate through.
All right.
Marie, I want to thank you for showing interest to go back on the school board, and good luck to you.
Okay.
My first question is, why do you want to be appointed to the Alleghany Highlands School Board?
I believe that my experience with budgeting and finance, along with my being able to work with young people and to with conflict resolution with my prior job in HR, that I think I would be a good candidate to do that.
What do you see as a positive outcome of the upcoming merger between the two school systems?
I think that it has to be positive. I think we're more on the differences are not blatant. We are friends and neighbors. And I know it's supposed to be two different localities, but we're so close together that I just don't see that being an issue. Of course, with different school systems being managed differently, an opportunity to go to VSBA to conferences, but of course I did it virtual. And there are so many other areas that have a lot more conflict going on than we do. I think that we're very fortunate that we are able to work together. Had the opportunity to be on the finance committee for the joint school boards, and you'd be amazed at how the office staff work together to come up with the salary adjustments and all the different insurance adjustments so that they are amenable for everyone. And of course, that's not the only hurdle, but it's a beginning.
Okay. How would you handle discussions with members of City Council and/or the Alleghany County Board of Supervisors involving budgets or other potential areas where conflict could arise between the school board and the local governing bodies?
I believe that with the budget analysis that we have done previously, there are probably some overages right now, and I'm sure that you guys are concerned about that with the duplication of people. But I think in the overall state that we were in, everyone was promised that they would not lose their job. Now, to me, that meant that you're keeping the job. It didn't mean you're going to keep the same position. So that's something that's going to have to be ameliorated, and it has to be maybe not this year, but definitely by the next couple of years, because the purpose of, part of the purpose of doing the merger was a cost savings. And of course we want to take care of our staff, but everyone has to understand that this is a business. We're in the business, of course, taking care of our students, but it has to be financially feasible for everyone to continue. And I don't have a problem with approaching that.
Okay, Marie. With the Covington City School System and Alleghany County School System merging July 1st, 2022, forming the Alleghany Highlands School System, can you work cohesively with open-mindedness with the members chosen by the Alleghany County Board of Supervisors to ensure a smooth transition and a smooth merging of the schools on July 1st, 2023?
I'm sure that I can. I guess because I'm not a native of the area, that has some advantages. Last year I found that I was a transplant. I didn't know that because I've lived here long. I've never lived anyplace else, but they said I was a transplant. But sometimes you have to be objective and put aside your acquaintances and just learn how to look objectively at what we have to do. And I know that I can do that. I've done it in many situations. It may be hard for some people, and I'm okay with conflict sometimes, and I don't want to really call it conflict. I'm going to say controversy. Some people have a problem with dealing with controversial situations, and I don't think I have that.
Okay, thank you.
If you were to be appointed, what goals or objectives would you like to see accomplished during your tenure on the board?
Of course, our major goal is for our children. And I say our because everyone doesn't have children in the school system. And our children need to have a path to success. I believe that starting as early as early childhood and pre-K, that our children need to be on an equal basis when they come into kindergarten. I know that our school system only does K through 12, but if our children don't come in with the same level, then they kind of get behind. And as far as the career path, every child that is in our system deserves equal attention regardless of their socioeconomic background, regardless of their family affiliations. We should also have a path so that each person that graduates or nears graduation knows what they're going to do. Everybody isn't going to college. I'd like to see our tech center improved. And of course, there's always a military option. And then we need to have local businesses involved, just in case everyone that needs to be in an industrial kind of environment or something that they can do. Our area is losing population. When our children leave, and I have two that have left, they can't come back because there is no employment for them here. So it's really important that that we actually build up and have some economic development going on here to attract people to the area. We know that executives that come in from paper mill, they don't live here. And part of the reason is because of the schools. Our schools have to be competitive. We have to have competitive schools so that people that are coming from the outside come, and also that our children want to come back here.
How would you handle any confidential information that you would receive, for example, confidential information regarding a student and/or parents?
Well, I think you already said it, it's confidential. We only should be speaking with the officials that need to know that information, but nothing should leave the walls of the room if someone is not directly involved, and especially with parents. Children are very sensitive. They're sensitive to their environment, and they don't want that to be, and of course parents don't want it either. They don't want it to be publicized.
Thank you, Marie.
You think the city of Covington sufficiently funds the school system?
I have to think about that one. Because of my children's tenure in the schools, Ralph and I have a blended family. My oldest daughter is 54 years old, and my youngest is 33. So we run the gamut of everything. I believe that the city of Covington has really tried. I know that you have competitive salaries. You obviously have that. I was not directly involved with the school other than the last 5 years when I was a substitute teacher, and I don't see anything that's totally lacking. I would like to see more curriculum so that when our kids go away to the Ivy League schools or the schools that require more, that they are better equipped to take care of that. But I think some of that's happening now through our affiliation with DAMI.
Do you think the agreement reached between Covington and Alleghany County for the merging of school systems was fair to all city school children and taxpayers? Why or why not?
That's a hard one. As far as taxpayers, yes. I know that we all have our favorites as far as, where you wanted to consolidate or not consolidate. I personally did not have that. My youngest daughter Ava came back, and she was actually an advocate for consolidation because she went to UVA, and she found out when she got there that she was missing some things. And of course, no, she still graduated in 4 years, but it was a little harder. So yes, I do believe that we have, and of course, you know, we have a lot of successful Covington High School graduates. So yeah, I mean, and Alleghany does the same thing. So as I said before, we're more alike than we are different. When I consolidated in Greenbrier County years ago, there were 5 schools put together. And there was a distance. But here, I think you're already blended anyway. It's just a matter of the mindset.
Okay. Do you have any concerns about the impending merger of the 2 local school systems? If so, what are these concerns?
I don't really have concerns. I had an opportunity to be with a group of ladies. We had a Black History program at Alleghany, and there Mrs. Trula Moore spoke. She said she'd been through desegregation, she'd been through consolidation with Clifton Ford and Alleghany, and she said, no, we're going to get through this. You just have to have the positive mindset, and I have to go along with that, there should not be any barriers, and if there are, I think that it's not too late to change some of the things around as far as apprehension of going from say Callahan to Covington. That ought to be good, so that you don't have to go all the way, or I should say the kids from the borderline. They have to go past Covington and go to Mountain View. It makes no sense. So I can only see positive things coming from this.
We've got just a couple minutes left. I'd like to give you a chance to tell us anything you'd like to say before you finish.
I just believe that together, with the governments being separate as they are now, and trying to put schools together is a first step in just making this area a better place to live. The economics has to come up. We have to do the economic development. And the way to begin that is with the school system.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.